Hello, everyone. So I'm back with list number two of the 2023 list season, and this one is my most anticipated games of 2024. So there is a lot of games coming up, definitely a lot, but I was able to narrow it down to 10 total plus three honorable mentions that I'm very, very excited for. So yeah, really no more waste of time. I really hope I can play all these games and, of course, more that are coming out. But again, these are the ones that have at least like not hard 2024 release dates, but at the very least, soft 2024 release dates coming out. So I do really hope that we get to see all these games this year. But yes, without further ado, let me get into my list. So number 10, I have Star Wars Outlaws. I am very much looking forward to this one. I really like the gameplay demo that we were able to see earlier this year. The main character looks great. The little axolotl slash dog that you have looks very, very cute. The mechanics look really, really fun, and being able to explore many, many, many planets, I think is going to be absolutely great and something that I'm just really excited for. It seems like a breath of fresh air in the Star Wars genre, and having it be open world exploration, I think, is going to be a really, really nice touch. Again, too, I'm a little worried that it has the Ubisoft name attached to it because we all know a lot how these games tend to go, but something that I am very much looking forward to, and I've been impressed by everything that I've seen so far. Number 9, I have Warhammer Space Marine 2. This, everyone thought we were going to get this year, but it's been delayed until I believe it's September next year. Am looking forward to it. I did really enjoy the first one that came out a long, long time ago, and very much looking forward to getting into this one here. Gameplay looks very smooth, very awesome, very brutal and menacing, and yeah, I'm just really excited to jump back into this universe and play as one of the greatest badasses in all of the Warhammer universe. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome, absolutely amazing, and everything that we've seen so far just looks like it's going to be a very special game and very awesome game to play. Number 8, I've been waiting for this one for over 10 years. This is Wolf Among Us 2. I love the Telltale series of games, and The Wolf Among Us was easily one of my favorites, and I've really been waiting for season 2 for a long time. So the fact that we're finally going to get it, I think, is going to be something very, very awesome. And yeah, I hope it's long. I hope that our choices in the first game matter a lot, and they're able to again sync that data. But yeah, it's a universe that the Fable universe is something I've really been meaning to jump back into, whether it be the comics, but especially the Wolf Among Us games for a long, long time. So yeah, very much looking forward to it, and I have the feeling that they're gonna knock it out of the park again. It's yeah, very, very good game series. If you haven't played the first one, very much highly recommend that you do it now. It's awesome. Number 7, I have Dragon's Dogma 2. This is another one that's 10 years of anticipation for, and everything that we've seen so far, whether it be official or unofficial, it does look pretty awesome. And to be able to continue the story is going to look great and fix a lot of the gameplay issues that they kind of had within the first one. It looks like they've done that. It doesn't look nearly as clunky. It doesn't look nearly as complex in the kind of the worst ways that the first game was. So very much looking forward to it. I have the feeling it's going to be really, really fun, especially with those co-op elements that I'm certain they're going to be adding into it. Again, too, it's a universe that I really want to dive back into, and I feel like it's a very underrated video game fantasy universe. So I really hope that, again, too, it's been gaining popularity for the last 10 years, really, since its initial release. So I have a feeling it's going to have a very strong player base when it comes out, as long as again too everything's fine tuned and all that stuff. But I'm very, very much looking forward to playing this one. Number 6, I have Rise of the Ronin. Everything about this game has really been anticipating me, especially the trailer that we got at the Game Awards. Looks very awesome. It looks smooth within the gameplay. The story looks really, really great. It looks like it's gonna fill that Ghost of Tsushima hole that I've had since that game came out. It's gonna just fill that void. I'm very much looking forward to the history, to the voice acting, to the combats, all that stuff. It looks very, very polished and very, very good from everything that I've seen. So again, too, as long as they can really flush out those combat elements and make it something unique, which I'm kind of struggling to see within some of the trailers, but regardless, I know I'm going to have a lot of fun with it with the combats, but just kind of finding a voice of its own in the hack and slash Ronin genre, I think, is going to be kind of the biggest challenge, but also the biggest factor of how good the game is going to be when it comes out. So yeah, really, really looking forward to this one. Halfway through the list now, I got Little Nightmares 3. I love the first two games, and I'm glad that we don't have nearly as long as a wait between the second and the third game as we did between the first and the second. They're really, really fun games. I'm excited for the co-op elements within it too, and yeah, it's just a universe that is so strange and so creepy, but in all the best ways possible. And I've been longing to get back into it. So I'm gonna have to play the first and the second one again, and I do really can't wait. I just can't wait to see how they again to intertwine the stories again between all three of these games. Because yeah, I really liked what they did within the second one. I love the ending of the first one, and to be able to have some of them meet up with each other again, I think is gonna be something very very special. But yeah, I love the twists within both of the games, and I can't wait to see what they've cooked up with the third one here. I feel like it's going to be absolutely awesome. Number 4, I got Metroid Prime 4. So again, too, I'm really, really hoping this one doesn't get delayed. 2017 was the initial announcement for this one, so it's been a long time coming. And yeah, to dive back into this universe is going to be absolutely great. I know I'm going to pick this one up like day one. It's going to be awesome. And I'm just very, very anticipating it. So again, to hopping into the Metroid worlds once again is especially with I really like Prime 3. So yeah, with Prime 4, it's gonna be a very big game for Nintendo. I have the feeling it's most likely gonna come out later in the year. This might be their holiday release because it's gonna sell amazingly. Um, it's going to be a big game too. So with the amount of time that they spent working on it, perfecting it, I know it's going to be absolutely awesome. And yeah, I love my Metroid, so I'm very excited for this one. Number 3, I got Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. Man, I was hoping that we were gonna get this game this year, but with everything that it really seems like they're taking the time with it to perfect the combat, perfect the world, perfect the story. I loved all the gameplay elements within the first one. The sound design was absolutely incredible and some of the best still that I've really heard in a lot of video games, and it looks like they're really continuing that with this one. It looks like a much darker, much grittier story this time around. Again, to having a lot more fantasy elements really come into her world and not just really affecting her world and not just herself in a lot of ways. I think is going to be one of the most interesting elements of this game, again, to how she becomes a leader for her tribe and her people. Seems great. All the Norse culture within it seems awesome. I love the again, to the little performance that they had during the Game Awards. That song is absolutely awesome, and yeah, very very looking forward to getting back into this world and playing it again. So I've been just anticipating this one for a long time, long time. So to finally get our hands on it is going to be absolutely incredible and great. And it's also going to be on Game Pass day one. So that's where I'm going to be playing this one. And yeah, I can't wait for it. All right. Number 2, I got Hades 2. I'm very, very looking forward to this one. Just earlier this year, where I finally was able to beat the game 10 times and get the true ending. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go for Hades 2. Combat looks great, style looks great. Again, so it looks very similar to the first one in a lot of ways, but again, so just having this brand new worlds to go around and a brand new character, brand new weapons, all these things is going to be something very, very fun. Even if it is very similar, I think they really nailed everything that it has to be already. So it really comes down to the story. It really comes down to all the new weapons, all the new perks, things like that they add, and of course the length that this game's going to have. But I know everyone's really highly anticipating this one, and it's definitely going to be a day one play for me. Really, very excited to get back into this universe. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot more I can say. It's just Hades 1 was friggin' awesome, and I'm certain Hades 2 is going to be even more awesome. All right, and before I get into my number 1, I got some honorable mentions here. So this one has been delayed so many times, but we have Stalker 2. Really, really hope that we do get to see it in 2024. Again, so right now they have a soft Q1 release date for the game, but again, so this game inspired so much and like so many other first-person shooter games, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. I do hope we get to see a little bit more of it. Here's some more news for it, but yeah, it's something that I've been anticipating for the last about, I think, 3 years now. So to finally get our hands on it, it's going to be really, really good. And I know it's also coming on Game Pass day one, so that's going to be a good way to play it as well. Then I also have Tekken 8. Love my fighting games, and yeah, Tekken is. I haven't played one in a long time, but 8 looks really, really solid. I just really want to go back, play the rest of the Tekken games, get caught up in the story again, and go into this one. But all the mechanics, everything like that, even the style with it too, is very, very great. And even too with the style change that Street Fighter got, I kind of see some of the elements leaking in the Tekken 8 here. So I have the feeling it's going to be a very, very special fighting game, and most likely the best fighting game of the year. And then my last honorable mention is the new Prince of Persia game. I think it looks really, really fun, and again, too, the style change that they have looks really, really good with it too. The boss fights look great, the voice acting, everything like that looks, just the style that they've changed looks like they're really nailing the look that they're going for, and I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very fun game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it in January. So we don't have to wait too long for this one, which is great. And the last one I have, if you've been following the channel for the last few years, you know how excited I've been for this game for the longest time. Of course, Of course, it was going to be Black Myth Wukong. At the Game Awards, we finally got a new trailer that gives a hard release date, August 20th, already ingrained in my memory, and I can't wait to get into this one. It looks so challenging. I love the Journey to the West storyline. I love all the lore and just mythos around Wukong. And again, too, everything that I've heard about this game, everything that I've seen about this game looks absolutely flawless, and I can't wait to get into it. The length of it seems like it's going to be very long and very amazing. The boss fights look incredible. All the combats and everything like that just looks like this is going to be one of the most incredible experiences of the year. And yeah, I've been waiting for it for like close to 4 years. I think by the time that this game gets released, but I think that's a great thing because you can tell that they again too have gotten like much larger of an audience than they thought they were going to, and they're taking their time to make it as perfect as possible. They've expanded their team, they've been working hard on it, and I know they're going to come out with just an absolute amazing game. And yeah, I'm going to be there day one playing it. I know I'm going to get my ass kicked a lot of times because it looks very difficult. But yeah, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this one. I feel like it's going to be an absolutely amazing game. So in the comments down below, let me know what your most anticipated games of 2024 are. What is not on my list that should be, all those things. Leave that all down in the comments down below. Of course, like and subscribe this video. And yeah, just if you do so, thank you for making this community even more amazing than it is already. It does mean a lot to me. And of course, I have more anticipated lists and more best of lists coming later this year. I just got to watch more movies, more TV shows, things like that to get those lists made up. But I feel like the next one I'm going to have up is most likely going to be my most anticipated movies of 2024. But when those lists come up, of course, I'll be uploading them. I'll let you know what's going on with on the Instagram because that's where I post the most. But yeah, just very excited to be doing the lists again this year after taking a little bit of a hiatus this year, moving just busy constantly. But it's good to be back and can't wait to make more of these lists. And of course, just play all of these games next year. It's going to be absolutely awesome.